You think she's yours because she says she loves you, because she cooks for you, shares your pictures online with cute captions, and once sobbed in your arms saying she'd never leave. But here's the truth that'll hit you like a punch. To the gut, she's not yours. It's just your turn. And the second you forget that, the second you start thinking her body, her attention, her loyalty are yours to keep your building your identity on sand. Because eventually, she will change. She'll grow distant. She'll stop laughing at your jokes. She'll withdraw without explanation. And yeah, it'll feel like betrayal. But it's not betrayal. It's biology. And if you don't grasp this, one cold, sharp truth, you'll be crushed by something that was never promised to begin with. In this video, I'm tearing away the illusion, revealing what nobody else has the guts to say about female nature, the myth of ownership, and what true masculine detachment looks like. Ready? Let's go. 1. She belongs to the moment, not to you. You think she's yours because she sleeps next to you, whispers your name in the dark, posts selfies with you, and calls you her man. But here's a hard truth that'll sting now and save you later. She isn't yours. She's attached to the moment you represent. It's not about who you are on paper. Not your promises, not your kind heart, not your sweet words. It's about the vibe you give off right now. Because her loyalty isn't engraved in stone, it's drawn in wet ink. It smears, it fades, and sometimes it vanishes overnight. See, women don't desire based on logic or obligation. Their desire is tied to emotion, and emotion is fluid. 1 week, you're her safe space. The next, you're a symbol of everything she's outgrown. 1 month, you're the obsession. The next, you're white noise in the background of her inbox. Why? Because she was never truly yours. You were just a temporary fixation, her emotional fix, her fantasy, until the feeling shifted. Most men don't catch this. They mistake passion for permanence. They think her moans mean forever. Her tears mean loyalty. Her love today means she'll stay tomorrow. But it doesn't, because when the energy shifts, when you no longer embody what excites her, when your mystery fades into routine, she drifts. Not because she's cruel, but because her biology pulls her toward motion, not stagnancy. She doesn't stick with the man who was right. She stays with the man who stays relevant to her emotional world. And here's the part most men miss. You're not in competition with other guys. You're in competition with her changing desires. That's why it feels like she switched up. Because she did. When you met, you matched what she needed. But if she's evolved and you haven't kept up, she's already mentally checked out. First emotionally, then physically. And you're left mourning a version of her that only existed for the version of you she once wanted. That's why heartbreak feels like death. Because you're not just losing her, you're losing the man you were when she loved you. That's the truth nobody says out loud. You didn't lose your girl, you lost the alignment. So what now? You stop clinging, you stop trying to own her, you stop demanding forever. You become the moment again. You evolve into a man who keeps transforming, so she has to. Keep chasing instead of replacing you, because the moment you think she's yours, you've already lost her. Oh, and before I move on, I've got something I shouldn't be sharing, but I will anyway. A free ebook, The Female Mind Control Handbook. It reveals the hidden psychological triggers that make women crave, obsess, and even pursue you. It's unfiltered, Rand. It's exactly what she doesn't want you to read. Grab it now, links in the description and pinned comment. Before it's gone. 2. You weren't her only option, just the one that excited her most. Let that land. You weren't her only shot. You were just the most captivating choice at the time. If that stings, good. Because the quicker you accept it, the faster you step out of fantasy and into power. Here's what you need to understand. Every woman, no matter how devoted she seems, has options. Seen or unseen, direct or subtle. Some tested, some just waiting. She's got old flings, just friends who'd risk it all. Exes still watching her stories. Co-workers playing the long game. So even when she says, "You're the only one I want," she means, "You're the one I want right now," while you're still magnetic, mysterious, and in your masculine frame. But when you lose that edge, when you get too comfortable, she tunes you out, and someone else comes into focus. See, women don't flip feelings like a switch. They transition slowly, quietly, strategically. First, she texts less. Then she's busy more often. Your conversations feel colder, but you can't quite figure out why. Then she hits you with, "I need space. I've got to focus on myself. I don't feel the same connection." What you don't realize is emotionally, she's already connecting somewhere else. Maybe not physically yet, but emotionally she's left. She's entertaining the guy who keeps her guessing, the one who doesn't always respond, the man who challenges her worth. That's the new thrill, because women chase emotion, not logic. And when that spark dies with you, she looks for it elsewhere, and you're left confused, replaced, wondering what you did wrong. Truth is, maybe nothing except this. You forgot she had choices, and you stopped being her best one. You got too available, too predictable. You poured everything into her and left nothing for yourself, and that energy, it repelled her, because it screamed, "You're all I've got." But the man who has a mission, who protects his time, who doesn't revolve around her, that's the man she remembers even when she's with someone else. So stop thinking you're her only shot. You never were. You were just the brightest flame until you stopped burning. And then, like all flames, she turned to the next fire. 3. Thinking you own her will break you. Ownership, it's the biggest lie. You hold her hand. She calls you baby. She sleeps in your bed. You meet her family. And suddenly your mind says, "She's mine. She'd never leave. I've earned this." But here's what you're missing. The moment you believe she belongs to you, you stop being the man she originally chose. Why? Because believing you own her creates entitlement, and entitlement kills attraction. It kills the energy that pulled her to you in the first place. Once you assume she's yours, you stop sharpening yourself. You stop leading, stop paying attention, stop adapting. You start expecting, assuming. You settle, and comfort is where masculinity withers. It's where polarity dies. It's where desire is replaced by routine. But she doesn't want to be a trophy you dust off. She wants to be chosen every single day by a man who never stops growing. The moment you treat her like a guaranteed prize, you stop earning her. And when that happens, she starts looking elsewhere. And when she leaves, you'll feel robbed. You'll lose your mind. You'll beg. You'll break. Because you thought she was yours. But she wasn't. She was a chapter, a moment, a mirror for who you were in that season. And instead of accepting it with strength, most men crumble. They chase, plead, stalk, and in the process, they shatter what's left of their masculine essence. Because the more you cling, the more you bleed. And women don't follow blood, they follow strength. So here's the final truth. You can't own a woman. You can only invite her into your world. She'll stay as long as that world is solid. But the second your foundation cracks, if your values bend, your confidence crumbles, she's gone. And if your identity was built around her, you'll collapse with her. But if your identity is built around your mission, your path, then her presence is a gift, not your reason to live. And when she walks, you don't break, you rise, you evolve, you move forward, silent, grounded, unshaken, because the Stoic man knows, she was never mine, it was just my turn. And now, it's my time to become even greater, not out of bitterness, but because he refuses to live in illusion. The men, women, remember, aren't the ones who cling. They're the ones who walk away with calm in their eyes, because they know it was never about forever. It was about alignment, about energy, about the version of you she wanted, not your promises. She didn't switch up, she simply evolved. You mistook time for truth. You offered safety. She wanted fire. You held on. She was already gone. Now you've got two paths. Chase the fantasy, or become the man who never needs it again. Because when you detach, when you truly accept that no woman is ever yours to possess, you stop fearing loss, and in that moment, you become something no woman can resist, a man she can't control.